都叔叔啊。我今天在玩这个，对，公鸡警探故事。对，然后上次我已经进到俱乐部里面了，然后今天应该可以开始调查俱乐部了这样子。鸡干话，我就觉得这游戏大概，不过这游戏配音真的还算是很有诚意啦，超多对话，超多干话，然后每一句台词都给你配出来，这个部分都是挺有诚意的啦。拿手。
This guy is certainly not a gangster henchman.
Of course he's not.
Hey, Monty, I bet you wouldn't dare to go up to him and ask if he hasn't seen your fur coat.
What? Why? I'm mad, yeah, but not suicidal.
Ah, are you chicken or what?
Piss off, old bird.
Nah, chicken shit.
那桑尼，那你自己去啊，我麦应该有打开吧？好有，我有点怕，那上次一样麦没有开到这样，调一下。对，这个啥猫吗？还是石虎之类的电影海报。
Huh, another Lupus movie. Jeez, is there nothing today they're not trying to sell with this guy?
Whoa, don't be rude, Sonny. Lupus is a timeless genius. Have you seen Predator City? God, I'm still getting chicken bumps. But wait, who's that next to him?
Cassandra Ruby Faye. Nah, never heard of her.
Cassandra Ruby Faye. Oh, gods, even her name makes me go weak in the knees.
Watch your blood pressure, pal.
Don't mind me. Just women and guns are my only weakness.
Huh, no shit.
Remember the name, Marty. Cassandra Ruby Faye.
Marty, shut up.
你老婆会不会生气？所以旁边是兔子，然后这只是狼是吗？狼跟兔子？为什么这游戏的组合都看起来这么危险啊？狼跟兔子啊！它每张海报还有对话，这游戏超喜欢塞一堆对话。
You think this is one of those movies where the femme fatale gets everything in the end and the poor detective's left stranded?
Yep, just like life.
You're old, Sonny. I mean, experienced. Have you ever met a woman like that in real life? Who floors you with a glance and leaves only heartbreak?
Well, actually...
Oh, I didn't mean to... I'm sorry, Sonny.
对，他老婆啊，不就是他老婆吗？就是他离家出走的老婆啊。这是狗跟鹦鹉吗？是狗跟鸟吗？
Ooh, I've seen this. Hicks Poodle plays a private eye, hired to look for a woman, then gets into some kind of blackmail thing that's connected to the first case, and...
Hey, Marty?
What, yeah?
I don't give a shit.
他想要剧透是吧？马蒂差点要剧透了。这个大概就是这游戏的特色啊！我超好奇这个是啥？这个是鹦鹉吗？还是鸽子？应该是鸟吧。然后这个是狗。
It's a classic, and kind of reminds me of the situation we're in right now.
How so?
I don't know. A mysterious case, a mysterious woman, strange threats, some off-duty investigation.
So?
Like, think about it. What if we're in a movie, and this whole mess is just fiction?
Marty, I think you're having a nervous breakdown.
It's a classic.
说不定真的都是假的，结果游戏结局这个全部都是一场梦。猫跟这个到底是啥？马吗？
Oh, I know this fodder guy. He was kind of good in Death of the Horse.
You've seen every clucking movie.
You know, Laura and I go to the movies a lot. When was the last time you went?
Exactly 12 years ago.
Oh, you remember that precisely? Let me guess. Molly?
Yep, our very first date.
I see. What did you watch?
I don't remember. I just remember her. Nothing else.
You're a clucking poet. I mean it.
那 个桑尼真的很爱茉莉啦，但不知道为什么茉莉就带着他的女儿跑了，好惨。
What weird titles these have?
这是什么啊？这是猫跟狗，我就猫跟马，完全看不懂这在演啥。那后面那张没办法看，我能看前4张而已。这个没办法调查吗？这个应该是动画动漫，这应该是羊跟啥？这个是啥？骆驼吗？那有些动物我其实没有办法直接看出来是哪种动物哎。
A fox is a wolf who sends flowers.
What?
Oh, nothing. I read it somewhere.
Fascinating. I didn't know you could read.
Ha ha ha. Very funny. Remember that old case with the fox and the raven?
How could I even forget?
Absurd, right? All that bloodshed for a piece of cheese.
Yeah, hunger can bring out the monster in animals, right?
And the wildest and most primordial instincts, no matter how civilized they seem.
As you say, Marty.
对啊，所以这个应该是骆驼吧？可是没有驼峰哎，没有驼峰的话就不太明显啦，所以看不太出来这样。不过应该是，我也想说应该是骆驼吧。啊，这边只有这个舞台是吗？
I was hoping to have missed the main event.
You're a rusty old cock, that's why.
So says the little butt jam.
But what? That's not even a word.
It is now, all because of you. You should feel honored. Butt jam.
You know, Sonny, sometimes you're like an evil little child.
这游戏我觉得很多都在讽刺人类啊，这个城市也在讽刺人类吧？这个城市我是觉得有点像讽刺美国是吗？因为美国就是多种族主义国家，但是说真的，美国的那个种族主义也是很乱啦。然后这个游戏世界那个也是有什么贫民窟啊，还是啥的，还是种族阶级斗争之类的啊。我是觉得这游戏应该很多都在讽刺人类吧。
What is it, Butt Jam?
Nothing, old fart.
这两个人真的超喜欢讲干话。大雄鹿，然后旁边是猎豹，这很怕被吃啊。
So, where the hell is Natasha?
Let's ask that stud over there with those nice gals.
That guy looks way too horny for my taste.
Oh man, your sense of humor is bad as ever.
You just need to get used to it again.
What if... this is the life, huh? What's this guy do? Real estate? Mob accountant? Or is he a movie star?
He looks like a coat hanger to me.
That was actually worse than the previous joke.
I try.
不过大讨上我都不在这里，这个是兔子吧？这个应该是兔子。
She has pretty long legs. I mean, pretty and long legs for a squirrel, but I don't want to be prejudiced.
We're not here to stare at pretty squirrels. We're here to investigate, remember?
我看不出来是松鼠哎，我看我耳朵挺长的，我以为是兔子，就是公鸡，但是公鸡主角就，我也不知道为什么选公鸡当主角哎。 可能就是真的很爱讲话吧，也是有可能啦，很爱叫，很爱讲话之类的。
That girl is looking at me.
She's just looking at anyone whose glass is empty, Marty.
No, Sonny. She was staring at me like hard. Now, I saw it.
Marty, you're imagining things. Oh, wait a...
You see that, right? She's looking right at us with those big, black, weird squirrel eyes.
Okay, Marty, don't panic. Just look elsewhere and walk away slowly.
Creepy little squirrel girl.
怕啥？你们到底怕
Creepy little
啥？
squirrel girl.
山村帅哥哦，对，等一下应该要跟他对话吧？威士忌可以拿吗？
Look, Sonny. I know it's not my place, but Laura's father went to that guy when his, problems had gone too far.
You're treading on thin ice, Marty.
No, I just... Look, fellas at the station are talking, All kinds of things. Moses, Plato, Bosco, and the others?
Talking, eh? About what? About why Blood Boil took my badge? About what an untrustworthy alcoholic wreck I am?
我也觉得那服务生看起来比较像兔子，为什么是松鼠？松鼠耳朵有这么长吗？我不记得松鼠耳朵有那么长啊。
Look, I'm sorry, it doesn't matter.
Good, and let it stay that way.
At least we're cracking this one together, yeah?
Sure, Marty.
哎，所以刚刚主角把酒拿走了哦。那公司包里怎么看起来一堆垃圾？他居然特地把酒拿进去了。
Come to daddy, darling.
等一下，这是人家的酒吧？
Calling booze darling, it's kind of weird, don't you think?
Says someone who calls his gun collection his harem.
Touche. I'll shut it.
Good birdie.
这两只鸡都怪怪的。
Molly, my...
哎，可以跟这个调酒师讲话。
A man's best friend.
That's not a dog, Sonny. That's a horse. He just has a very weird mane.
I didn't mean him, Marty. I meant the bar.
Oh, I see. Right. Yeah, because that totally makes sense.
因为马蒂看起来真是酒
Don't be
鬼。
shy, Sonny. Just ask him for a drink.
但是当你感觉应该真是酒鬼啊。
Still talking to yourself, huh? Great.
2 whiskeys, kid, and no horsing around.
I've never heard that one before. Sonny, you gotta drive, you know?
Yeah, you're right, Marty. Hey, Longface, give me a glass of tap water, too.
Yes, sir. Coming right up. That wasn't exactly what I meant.
你们这样子 OK 吗？警察可以酒后开车吗？你们这样 OK 吗？
Gentlemen, your drinks.
Yeah, sorry, but we have to run. Thanks anyway, Bojack.
Ugh, my name is not Bojack. I tip you, pal, but I don't have any change, so... Sure, sir. The Tsar welcomes you back anytime.
Sounds good, Bojack.
这两个穷鬼啊！哎，可以问他那个纳塔莎。
Tell me, Hey Breath, have you seen Natasha tonight?
Not yet, sir, but she's coming on soon.
Well, can you tell me anything about Mr. Ibn Wessler?
Sir, I don't want to.
What about, let's see, $5 maybe?
But, sir, you haven't even paid for your drinks yet. Yeah, stop riding on the details, Big Nose. You do your job, and we'll do ours, okay?
I mean, we're not here for work, of course. We're just here to relax.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Just a little fun. Of course, gentlemen.
对，是真的动物。这个游戏就是用真的动物去做的。哎，那个，哦，重点应该是这只啊。
Hey, there's Fillmore.
Who? Oh, yes, Philmar, because that's what he calls himself, right?
You know him well?
We had some seriously wild cases together, yes. Mainly in Averia, way before Clawville. Another place and another life.
不过这两只鸡也没什么钱喝酒啊。而且，不过桑尼直接把人家的酒干走哎。
Sounds good. Like the blurb of some cheap pulp fiction book.
Yeah, it was the exact opposite. But the old bird's worth saying hi to.
The old hawk looks like shit if you ask me.
Just like looking into the mirror.
这是老鹰哦，我真的看不出来是老鹰哎。原来它是老鹰吗？
Well, well, if it isn't the great detective, Marlowe.
Blow me, Sonny. You know I don't use that name anymore.
Okay, Mr. Dumbass alias Philmar Lowe.
So says someone who tried to go undercover with a Feather Pillow Mafia is a turkey. Right, Mr. Turk Cayman?
Hey, that was a long time ago. I was young.
And I stick to my principles and my stupidity. Phil Marlowe, and that's that. Don't rile me up, you old fart.
对，我真的看不出来是老鹰哎。
Okay, fair enough. Sorry, I'm a little clucked tonight.
I know the feeling, pal. By the way, what are you two doing here? You stick out a bit. Are you here for a good old-fashioned beating?
We stick out. Man, you look terrible. Like someone who sat on an electric pole.
Don't even ask. I feel exactly like that.
You want a case?
5 feet tall, half of that legs. Angelic voice, demonic eyes, just the usual.
Oh, boy.
And you?
Something like that. Just don't know the exact numbers yet. A dame named Natasha. She called us here. If I'm not mistaken, the joint is hers.
Yeah, she owns the joint, amongst others. Well, good luck, guys. That broad has a reputation. She's not the kind to toy with, if you know what I mean.
Any useful information?
For free?
Stop clucking around, Philmar.
All right, but just because of the old days. Look for me after you've talked to her. You wouldn't understand what I have to say about her before then. Don't leave unless you're thrown out, in which case, you know the drill. We don't know each other, I'll deny you in a blink.
Good to see you too, old pal. We'll be back.
所以刚刚有2只老鼠走进来是吗？看一下。所以，然后我记贝尔玛关于抓纳塔莎的事，这对案件来说可能很重要，但经过纳塔莎之前，他不会开口。所以，这应该是这个贝尔玛应该是侦探吧？哦，刚好是桑尼以前认识的。普普通通的就被忘掉的货色，这个评价是普通哦。 在利爪市就认识一位老朋友，他是这城里最好的私家侦探，跟大多数的私家侦探一样，经常惹上法律纠纷。他是为数不多可以信任的人。对啊，所以他也是桑尼认识的。
Just one more thing, Philmar.
I see you haven't changed a bit.
Do you think we're walking into a trap? You always had good instincts.
You know, I couldn't figure out this Natasha woman. Even when I worked for her.
Then the trouble is bigger than I thought.
Just take care of yourselves. And don't leave your guns out of reach.
Oh, that's never happened.
Yeah, this crazy cock even sleeps with his.
Welcome to the club, Brother Bird.
Take care, Phil.
You too, old fart.
Take care, Phil.
You too.
The old hawk looks like shit if you ask me.
Just like looking into the...
Anything else, sir?
No thanks, Mr. Ed. Keep up the good work.
哦，应该是没新对话。
Creepy little squirrel girl. Creepy little
哦，
squirrel.
没有。所以刚刚已经进来2个。哦，桑尼一本来了。原来他们在他面前是乌鸦哦。老鼠跟乌鸦，好吧，那个，所以这个算是保镖吗？这个一本居然直接来这里哎。
That woman with Ibn. I think I know her from somewhere.
Maybe in your dreams, pal.
Isn't that...
Yes, it is. The great Ibn Wessler, in the flesh. So much for our incognito.
You think he noticed us?
Only if he's not entirely blind.
Great.
Just try to act normal.
Yep, that's him. The big rat in the flesh.
Well, it looks like this unpleasant conversation can't be avoided. Just act nonchalant, my friend.
No, it can't be.
What now?
Is that Olivia?
No, Marty.
Hey, Olivia.
Are you talking to me?
It's me, Marty McChicken.
你为什么要跟黑道老大的那个女人打招呼啊？你不觉得这很怪吗？
Oh, God.
What a pleasant surprise. The Rooster Coppers in person.
Chicken police. But yeah, Mr. Wessler, you could say so. The name's...
Sunny Featherland, of course. Chicken Police. Your partner is,
Marty McChicken. Sir, I just introduced myself to your lady companion seconds ago.
Oh yeah. I'm so happy to see you.
Hello, boys.
So, to what do we owe this pleasure, gentlemen?
Yeah, so, we were, just in the neighborhood, and...
Cut the crap, Marty. All right, we're here for your sweetheart, Natasha.
Oh, I see.
No big deal. Just a blackmail thing. You know, horrifying threats written on the wall with blood-red paint. The usual stuff. You must be familiar with this kind of thing.
Oh yeah, indeed. It's, nasty business. But I didn't know Natasha hired a detective because of this simple matter. But to be honest, I understand. I would have taken matters into my own hands, you see.
Mr. Wessler had a meeting with Attorney General Hamtaro yesterday, so he's rather tired. If you would excuse us.
他真的叫哈姆太郎哦，我听英文是真的叫哈姆太郎啊，这里真的是哈姆太郎哦，那哈姆太郎是真的仓鼠吗？
Oh, dear Olivia, it's okay. These gentlemen are just doing their job, right? And if I've heard correctly, they're notoriously thorough. So, how can I help you?
We've got a few questions, if you don't mind.
I'm at your service. Don't be shy, Detective.
All right, Mr. Wessler. Let's see.
对，这边可以问他什么情报吗？哇，好多。这边可以先跟这个奥利维亚没办法对话。
The memories are...
Geez, just spare... Nice bunker you got here.
Well, thank you, but it's not mine. Not anymore. But I'm sure you already know that. Listen, Detective. If you want to know something, please ask straight, huh?
All right, Mr. Wessler, let's make this a bit more professional.
I'm not as exciting as people tend to believe. I grew up in a poor family of many siblings. I'm the only one still alive, unfortunately. My career started with a shoe store, and now, here I am.
I wouldn't call that an average life. Shoe store owner to mob boss.
How dare you speak to Mr. Wessler like that?
Leave it, Olivia, dear. It's just provocation.
I'm sorry if I offended you, Mr. Wessler. Shall we talk about something else?
隐约的感觉到他们在互呛。
Everybody knows Mr. Hayworth. He's an antique piece of furniture in this city.
Only a bit worn out.
It's not my fault that he's so much in debt, Detective. But the name of his family still rings quite loud in Clark.
Is that still worth anything?
The name is just their name, of course. But the man behind the name is another matter, Mr. Featherland.
You're a pragmatic rat.
Thank you.
所以他认识路易斯，哎，他也认识路易斯那个兔子是吧？
Look, Detective.
All right, Mr. Wessler.
哎，
Look, Detective. If you want to know something, just ask.
All right, Mr. Wessler.
娜塔莎就没有更多情报了。特地摆一个娜塔莎的选项，但是问不出更多情报。
Has your assistant been working for you long?
Are you talking about me?
Yes, I'm talking about you, ma'am.
Let me answer your question then. I've been in Mr. Wessler's employment for 6 months. Why do you ask?
Oh, just routine questioning, you know. Most of them aren't good for anything. Just killing time.
It sounded rude to me.
Yeah, please forgive her, Detective. Olivia's a real firecracker.
对，可是这游戏也没有什么对话解锁选项啊，哎，所以要开始盘问了是吗？
Don't be shy, Detective.
All right, Mr. Wessler.
所以重点是在盘问这边吗？
Wessler is a tricky guy. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about him, so I have to be cunning. I can't just pin him against a wall. Yet.
感觉是他是个跟老奸巨猾的黑道老大，这个什么表情啊？
How did you feel when you heard about the blackmail?
Honestly, I found it ridiculous.
And now?
Now I'm kinda interested. But I wouldn't call it blackmail yet. They're just empty threats. There were no demands.
Good point.
Thank you. Are we done?
No, not quite.
I'm sorry to hear that.
我实在看不出来我到底要选哪一个，为什么不直接报警？先跟他闲话家常好了。
You seem a very busy man. May I ask what you do?
It's, uninteresting.
Would you elaborate?
I got not a small share in the meat substitute business. If the new product works, maybe we can make your job easier.
You mean reduce predation in Clawville?
There are such plans. If you're interested, talk to Olivia, my assistant. She's an expert in what she does, unlike me.
哦，所以他有投资那个肉类的生意哦。他有投资肉类生意。
Thank you. That's it for now. Is this place yours?
No, it's not mine.
Never been yours in the past?
Why do you ask questions you already know the answer to, huh? Yeah, it was mine. Now it belongs to Natasha. She's my girlfriend. What a coincidence.
哎，这扣分嘞，这个扣分了，这不能选这个吗？
You're very taciturn, Mr. Wessler, though I've heard you're quite the speaker.
Look, I'll gladly talk to anyone about business, and even happier to talk about art. But I'm no fan of interrogation on a night out. Are you even on duty?
雪山巨人比较难打，我那时候是用追踪弹躲他攻击，一直射。那个雪山巨人，我是第一阶段用追踪弹啦，然后2、3阶段用那个闪弹啦，红色闪弹这样，然后闪他攻击这样子。不过我的打法就是一边闪他攻击，然后一边射这样。哎，奇怪，我想讲，我应该是3阶段全部都用红色闪弹吧？那个3阶段我全部都是用红色闪弹，然后拼命速战速决啊，对吧？那个第二阶可能要躲在角落吧。那时候我是躲在角落，躲在角落，然后用闪弹一直射他的手，然后再放大招这样。我觉得他第3阶段也是很麻烦啊。
Sorry for any offense, Mr. Wessler. Let's talk about something else. Wessler is tougher than I thought, and he's secretive. It's time to gently beat around the bush.
哇，扣分哎！所以我选错了吗？
Are you and Natasha close?
What do you mean exactly, Chick?
Mr. Featherland, if you please. This could be important. How does she stand on the scale from sweetheart to wife?
第二阶段是第二阶段是很北蓝啦，但是那个重点应该是要看他那个球丢出来的轨迹，还有那个人偶蹦出来的那个，就是那个矮人蹦出来的那个，就是矮人从哪边蹦出来，然后躲他那个矮人这样子。我是觉得第二阶段反而是最简单的，第3阶段才是最麻烦的。
Oh, you have some nerve. Ask her that. I'm a gentleman, Mr. Featherland.
Really?
Maybe you can't comprehend it, but I can't ask for her hand until she offers it to me herself.
How chivalrous.
Get to the point, detective.
Ibn is quick-tempered, and I can use that to my advantage. I've confounded and softened him with my previous questions. Now it's time to be specific and ruthless.
哎，这个一直扣分，我可能要重玩了。这些选项一直扣分。那个小矮人，你看那个地上如果有凸起来的，就要赶快躲这样。他那个地上如果有凸起来，就有小矮人要窜出来了。就那个游戏你就只能用这游戏你就只能尽量看多一点的画面，不然那个攻击太多，那个游戏就这样，那个攻击一大堆。
Have there been similar threats in the past?
Right to the point, yeah? Yeah, I get it. But sadly, this is a dead end, my friend. No threats like these, whether you believe it or not.
Well, it really seems like a dead end, so I'll just back up and try.
You do that.
哇，他超难盘问的，我选的选项都马上扣分。
The mob boss and the pussycat, eh? How did you even meet?
Huh? Are you trying to piss me off, Corpora, so I accidentally let some big secret slip out, huh?
A simple answer would work.
You know, Natasha, she's both connoisseur and muse. So, how was it? When was it exactly?
You don't remember? That's strange.
Ah, yeah. The Millions, of course. It was like another lifetime. It happened right here. Only this place was called the Millions back then. She was a dancer. Behind the scenes, I arranged opportunities for her on the big stage. Yeah, maybe she still doesn't know it was me. Then one day, I invited her for a drink with a promise that if she was willing to meet me, I'd buy the place for her.
这个黑道老大追女人果然都是超阔气大方的是吧？如果你愿意见我的话，我就把这个地方给买下来给你，撒钱啊！
I guess she was willing.
The next day, she had the club in her name.
Well, that is romantic.
Yeah, there are many kinds of romance, Birdman. There's cheap and there's expensive. You get what you can afford.
Do you live in the same house as Natasha?
Oh, you're really something. Natasha's a free woman, but mostly, yeah, at my place in Glowtown. But she has her own kind of a weekend house.
How often does she use the weekend house?
Yeah, every other weekend.
I see. That's very important information.
Yeah, if you say so.
所以他每个礼拜都会去找一本是吗？
So Natasha feels like she's in grave danger, yet she's still going out alone.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at. But I'm 100% sure of her loyalty. She's gone out very rarely since this started, and mostly in my company. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure if you do, but in our social circles, banquets and dinners are frequent.
Illegal gambling nights.
You got me there. Yeah, you're right. Natasha is crazy about the roulette wheel.
Always putting it all on the red, right?
Yeah, you're a real rotten bastard, Sonny. Although, yeah, always on the red. Yeah, right.
So, can we meet your lady?
I don't see why not. But first, please, listen to her sing. She's on soon.
Oh, 我可以从事吗？
Wessler is a tricky
我可
guy.
以直接从事。
Unfortunately, I...
不过他跟跟娜塔莎的关系就真的比较像是地下情人那一类的吧。我们一开始见面我就把这个俱乐部买下来给你，好像真的把这个俱乐部买下来给娜塔莎。哦，那娜塔莎每一个礼拜都会去见那个伊本那边，然后跟他去那边度假之类的，就有点像地下情人的关系吧。
How did you feel when you... Why didn't you just call the police?
Huh? Why? What would have been the use of that? A few messages aren't enough for a case. You should know that.
Harassment makes for a case. So do threats.
Who were you trying to convince, Sonny? Huh? They would have laughed in my face. Anyway, you know, the police station. Once I set foot in there, I'm not coming out again.
Your lawyers are too good for that, Ibn.
Yeah, I guess you're right, chicken.
哎，这不管怎么，这不两个选项不管怎么选都会，两个选项不管怎么选都会扣分哎。
Why would anyone have reason to blackmail your girlfriend?
I don't know. Maybe because she's my girlfriend?
You think that's enough?
It's plenty enough.
Good point.
Oh, are you finally getting to a point? Or do you really want to dig around in my private life? Because, people who do that end up in the alley, if you catch my drift.
Very much so, Mr. Wessler. Wessler is tougher than I thought, and he's secretive.
我觉得这些消息很危险，有过有类似的事发生在娜塔莎身上吗？
Were there any I mean, Threats, blackmail, enemies or insane fans. Psychopath pianists, perhaps.
I don't know about enemies, but she's a celebrity. A star shining bright in Clover's night sky. Do you understand? She gets endless fan mail. It could be anybody. I wouldn't overreact.
Natasha doesn't feel that way.
I've noticed.
哦，这个有加回去了。他好像不太喜欢直接问他跟娜塔莎之间的事情，我就觉得他好像不太喜欢直接问。
Do you think one of her fans is the culprit? Someone who can't take rejection, maybe?
Why not? It's quite common.
It's a typical motive, indeed. Any ideas?
Yeah. Attorney General Hamtaro is obsessed with Natasha. But he's, more like the kiss on the hand, flowers bowing type. Throwing bricks through the window is not his style. I can't think of anybody else. Or rather, I can think of everybody else about...
I get it. The mob boss and the pussycat. Do you live in the same...
Oh, you're really
对，然后
something.
这个我问过，就直接跳过了。
Is she completely alone when she's there at the week?
As I've told you, Natasha's a free woman, huh? She's an adult. She doesn't need an escort. Or, she didn't need one until now.
Are you afraid for her? Well, you know, a big star like her, alone in that house.
I never said a black car doesn't drive by 2 or 3 times a day, but, it's just caution. Huh. I'm not a monster after all, am I?
I suppose not. So Natasha feels...
Yeah, I know what you're getting at.
Oh, 我再试最后一次好了。我前面还是不小心扣到分哎，那个。
Wessler is a tricky guy. How did you feel when... You seem a very busy... Is this place yours? You're very... Wessler is tough.
这个一定要，这个线索一定要先拿。这个。
Were there any similar... Do you think one of her... The mob boss... Do you live in the same house as Natasha? So Natasha feels...
哎呦，再重试就5星了。这游戏还可以直接跟你重试，我觉得还蛮佛心的啦。直接重试，然后还可以对话直接跳过。
Thank you for your time. We'll be seeing you.
I have no doubt about that, unfortunately.
Hey, we should, grab a coffee or something, Olivia. You know, for old time's sake.
Pleasure to meet you, gentlemen. Goodbye.
Oh.
Please, take a seat. The show's gonna start soon.
邪吗？
Sonny.
你这是中邪吗？
Chloe's still lying in my bed, and it's dead.
上面怎么突然像中邪？总不会是被吓到吧？
That
他像
was
中邪。
unique.
我觉得他像被中，他像是中邪。哎，你不要，桑尼，你不要对黑帮老大的女人有意思好不好？你不是已经有个前妻了吗？他也，因为是猫嘛，猫有哎，不过他眼睛真的是绿的。就让他应该是让他眼睛感觉最特别吧。那个马蒂完全没感觉，就桑尼好像吓到一样，还是中邪一样，完全不知道怎么回事。应该就是要凸显他那个绿色眼睛吧？哦，怎么好像魅惑人心的眼神是吗？超莫名其妙。
Oh, that is cute. Nobody has ever given me such a unique compliment before.
Forgive me, my name is Santino Featherland.
I thought so. You look more or less like I imagined.
More or less.
Sometimes less is more, Mr. Featherland.
Ahem. You were amazing, dear, as always.
就独立游戏会有很多神奇的游戏啊，真的。就独立游戏会有很多神奇的游戏，我就看到哦，这个好像这个看起来挺特别的，就买来玩了。反正评价也不错啦，反正我就买来玩这样。
Could you be my little furball and fetch me a cocktail?
But of course.
Ibn will be back soon. We'll have a few minutes to talk, then he'll end the conversation and throw you both out.
With all due respect, ma'am, we're not that easy to get rid of. Doesn't matter who's trying, believe me.
Doesn't matter, he'll do it. That's why I'm telling you. I don't want a scene. My room's upstairs. Meet me there in 20 minutes. Come alone, Sonny. You'd be too conspicuous otherwise.
哎，你就桑尼一个人来啊，然后马蒂就在外面。当你一个人去他房间，然后马蒂在外面，怎么听起来有点刺激？
Hey.
I understand. You know, they call him Target Marty at the...
I don't have time, Mr. Featherland.
Sure thing, Natasha. I'll come to your room. 3 knocks, a short pause, then another 3.
I'll be waiting. Go, before he comes back.
I knew she was trouble the first time I saw her. She wore danger like a perfume. It was simply part of her being, and it attracted me, like light attracts the moth people. I wanted to be the microphone as she whispers her melodies, or the pillow she rests her feet on while reading some cheap romance. I wanted to be her nightdress, barely touching, barely covering her marble skin. But I was a cop. And a lifetime wouldn't be enough to rid myself of what a woman like her hides under her makeup. Keep your distance, Sonny. Just keep your distance.
你忘了你老婆吗，桑尼？你忘了你的老婆吗？而且她是黑帮老大的女人哎，你确定吗，桑尼？那个。我看一下，哎，进到他房间了，好像有点刺激，不然直接往出口出去啊！哎，这个。
Gee, that is a unique picture, and kind of daring. I admit I've never seen anything quite like it before.
Yes, I admit it's a little daring. I keep it. It evokes good memories. A precious old friend of mine. A most wonderful artist.
He's got an eye, that's for sure, considering his model.
Was that supposed to be some kind of compliment?
I don't know. I don't compliment often. Not on purpose, anyway.
Oh, you're funny.
This woman's aware of her charm, and she knows how to use it. A rare and dangerous combination.
我觉得桑尼有点晕船，桑尼感觉有点晕了。可是桑尼不是原本是为了离了老婆来找他的吗？你这样好像有点不太对哦。
You got a beautiful place here, Natasha. A peaceful little island on the ocean of madness, with very classy furniture.
Ibn likes me surrounded by elegant things, you know?
You're an elegant thing yourself, sweetheart.
Oh, that's charming. Thank you, Detective.
Light is the brother of...
More like its lover, don't you think? Anyway, I thought I hired a detective, not a poet.
I'm not a poet, Natasha. Just a fool.
Oh, what an act.
怎么突然开启受控开关了是吗？哎，这个。
I bet you spend a lot of your time staring into the mirror. Do you even recognize yourself?
Maybe you were trying to be rude, but, you know, that's a very good question.
I was just trying to be rude.
Oh, really? Well, then I'm sorry.
Don't mention it.
这感觉，我是觉得真的桑尼真的晕了啦。说我不要，我一定要跟他保持距离，对我一定要跟他保持距离，但他还是晕了。桑尼，你这样不行啊，桑尼，那个还没有可以调查，对不对？哦，这是额外收藏品。
This woman's aware of her charm.
How do you like your bourbon, Mr. Featherland?
In a glass. But thanks, I had a couple before I came. I feel like this may be a long night.
I hope it doesn't bother you if I have one myself.
I get offended if women don't drink in my company.
Oh, you are a funny guy.
So I've been told. Anyway, lovely room.
Yes. Look, Mr. Featherland.
It's sunny. Saves us a lot of time.
Okay, Sonny.
So, why am I here?
You know, men tend to babble in my presence.
It must be exhausting.
It is. But you're not the type to beat around the bush.
甜甜的，桑尼突然会说一些奇怪的甜言蜜语，感觉像晕船。那你老婆茉莉嘞？你忘了她是吧？
Is it too banal if I tell you it's an occupational hazard?
Terribly.
So can I start the unpleasant questions?
I've asked you here so you can do what you do best.
Really? I thought you asked because you wanted me to investigate for you. But if you'd rather be drinking...
Oh, you do have a sense of humor. How reassuring.
Only if I'm a bit hungover. That's usually quite common.
Oh, please drop the act about being the alcoholic, heartbroken ex-cop, Sonny. It would undoubtedly suit you, but I've seen you scanning my room. From the second you set foot in here, you started working, and everything I say gets sorted in your brain. Am I right?
That's a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, it's something like that.
Well then, Sonny, come at me.
Oh, that's something I don't hear often. With pleasure.
好像听起来越刺激，我不知道是不是错觉。谈到这些时，一本想要改变话题，然而他有许多不愿谈及的事。所以，到底那个威胁是谁发出来的？大塔她是个神秘的女人，似乎也不危险，但遇到她大麻烦。这麻烦的根源是她还是其他人？哦，所以这个要
Seriously, how did you find me? Not even my boss knows where I live.
Although I didn't include Ibn in my little private mission, some of his resources were still available to me.
Yeah, let me guess. There's someone at the station working for him.
Someone? You're so cute when you're playing naive.
Have you ever had dealings with the police?
Not in this city.
And otherwise?
Does it really matter, Mr. Featherland?
Maybe it does. More than a little.
I'm afraid you'll have to unravel that thread yourself. But you will find nothing but a dead end.
所以可能警方那边也有他那个什么线人吧，就是警方也有可能有些是提供给伊本还是给娜塔莎情报的那些线人之类的。
This woman's a... Natasha is a confident woman. I can exploit that. But I must be careful. Every part of her oozes danger. That was a remarkable performance.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Do you perform here frequently? You're also the owner, if I'm not mistaken.
Sadly, I don't have the time. But this stage still calls my name. And I perform just a few times a year. And always with a new song.
So that was all the excitement.
I have many admirers, if that's what you mean. Yes.
自信女人，所以我要跟她谈照片嘛。自信跟神秘，不过我要怎么从那个印象套出她的话？我是觉得她竟然，好吧，那个
The
照片
picture
吧。
on the wall is quite...
Only if you knew how old I was at the time.
I think I'm on a slippery slope here.
Come on, don't be shy. Ask me.
All right. How old were
这个
you?
能干嘛啦？
Did you really believe I'd tell?
You're quite a player, aren't you?
Life is anything but a game, detective.
You tell me.
有被耍，哎，可是加5分哎，这个被耍了还加5分。
Do you think one of your admirers might be behind the threat?
自己猜，他不会告诉你啊。
Those who admire me usually idolize me. No, I don't think it's one of them.
You know, the soul of an animal is extremely complicated. Sometimes all it takes is a bad look or some small rejection to turn admiration into hate.
That's a stillborn theory. No one hates me if they once loved me, Mr. Detective.
Ah, I see.
所以他认为不是他的粉丝做的，不是他也不告诉你，根本他也不告诉你那是他几岁啊，完全不要你，然后完全被他耍的感觉。我觉得第二个吧，但戴波拉好像跟这个事情没关系。
Do you have any material evidence concerning the threats?
You may think I'm irresponsible, but I didn't keep any of it. I simply couldn't bear to look at them.
Didn't you think maybe the police would need it?
I didn't think I needed the police. Moreover, do you think the girlfriend of Ibn Wessler could ever turn to the cops?
I see. So, what about me? How do I come into the picture?
It sounds ridiculous, but you're my last hope.
That does sound ridiculous, but I accept. My ego and old habits.
You can't do anything else, can you?
Something like that. A leopard can't change its spot. Deep behind the diamond skin lies the truth. It doesn't matter how hard Natasha's trying to hide it. She's scared. Now I must concentrate to finally find out what I want to know.
哦，所以其实娜塔莎还是很害怕。她虽然觉得不是她的粉丝做的，但是她还是很害怕那些威胁之类的。
What was in those threats, exactly?
The message itself is not a threat. It's just a word.
But a word again and again is threatening.
Exactly.
So?
You really don't have any idea which word could be used for a woman like me?
I guess I do. Yes.
Whore. Cat got your tongue? Am I right? You heard it. I said what you were thinking. And yes, that was in the message. That was printed on the paper and painted on my wall in giant red letters.
Well, thank you for your honesty.
哦，所以就是直接骂她是妓女之类吧？我觉得可能是跟一本有关系吧。
Could the threats have anything to do with the dangerous relationship between you?
You mean I'm a cat and he's a rat?
Every interracial relationship has risk. But yes, this one's more conspicuous than most.
Clawville's a very open and free city, but I guess you see more radical transgressions than I do.
One of the most common causes in homicidal and predatory cases, ma'am. So, yes.
Well, I don't know about that. Nobody ever questioned our relationship openly. We are what we are. And you know, if you're interested in my personal feelings, danger fills our relationship with a flavor no other can replace.
所以这个女的喜欢刺激的，她喜欢刺激又危险的关系。对啊，所以她才想会跟那个老鼠老大交往是吧？
It must be one interesting relationship, that's for sure. I'm not sure I can feel the same, but I can certainly understand it.
Maybe one day you'll experience it, Sonny. Have you ever been with a predator before?
Well, that's unsteady ground, Natasha. Let's turn the questioning around if you don't mind.
As you wish, Sonny.
她喜欢老鼠跟猫的危险关系。
How many fools like me have you used up, Natasha?
In all my life? Well...
I just forget it. I don't want to know. Curiosity killed the cat. No pun intended.
I'm just joking. You're not a fool, Sonny. I know that was supposed to be a kind of insult, but it usually rolls right off me. I can't take cock-a-doodling, so you can put aside the strutting stuff while you're talking to me.
Fair point. Broadcast received. Natasha is a mysterious woman, but I must gouge out at least one of her secrets. Enough games. It's time to know why I'm here.
哎，直接减60，快！我前面的分数都被扣掉了。啊，可是刚刚就只剩下那个选项啊，然后那个选项直接让我的那个分数减60，你是在整我吧
Let's stop beating about the bush. How do you know Molly?
I'm prepared for that question, but it's still not easy.
You knew very well that if you threw in the name of my wife, I'd come to you no matter how vague and suspicious the case was. I just want to know if you're simply a manipulator or you're really that desperate.
I really know her. I'm not lying.
Oh, really? How? Were you a nurse, too? Forgive me, but I don't think so.
Don't be rude and so cynical, Sonny.
I'm sorry, but that's me when feline claws are at my throat.
Molly is an old and good friend of mine. She has nothing to do with this, but I knew that if I didn't mention it to you, you wouldn't have come.
Yeah, Natasha, you're right there.
I knew you were a decent fowl, that you would help me. That's what you're famous for.
Don't go there. Flattery doesn't work.
Look, forgive me. I shouldn't have brought your wife into this.
You're right, you shouldn't have. But to be honest, I don't think she's my wife anymore. On paper she is, but I haven't seen her in years.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Really?
I did. I knew. I checked you out before I sent Deborah.
Cluck me. This case is getting more and more intriguing. What exactly do you want from me?
You are really as good as they say you are. And I'm not selling lucky dips, Sonny. Find them, whoever they are, and...
Whatever it takes?
Not exactly, but something like that.
You know, if I didn't see the speck of fear behind the confidence shining in your eyes, I wouldn't take the case.
I'm not afraid.
You're terrified, Natasha. Don't be ashamed.
You must solve this. As soon as you can. Money's not an issue.
可是他 他前面有一个，他前面有一个直接扣我60分。
Natasha is a confident. That was a remarkable. The picture on the wall. Do you think one of your
他前面直接扣我60分，害我有点。
Do you have any material deep behind the? What was in those threats?
哦，应该是我这边有个因为我这边选的一个选项不小心导到那个唯一的那个选项吧，所以我就先选别的好了。
No one's ever seen the culprit, not even a shadow.
That's one of the most curious things. Eben has men everywhere, literally, my shadows, ghosts in every alley. But no one saw anything.
One of them could be the culprit.
Eben pays his animals well, and he's the most dangerous man in the city. A combination that nullifies your theory, I believe?
Maybe, ma'am. Love is capable of insane miracles and miraculous insanity.
What poetry. Did you ever think about writing?
Never. I'm afraid I'd learned too much about myself.
Maybe that's the point. I would read about you. Not like the chicken police pulp fiction.
Furry hell. Do you read that trash?
Like everyone else in this.
Oh, great.
I think it's flattering. Even as badly written tales of heroes in the gutter.
You enjoy it?
Well, just a little, Sonny. Just a little.
读过公鸡神探，感觉好像是黑历史被抖出来了。
So it's not a fan and not an inside job. Who do you suspect?
Aren't you supposed to know?
Usually, yes. But I've got nothing to go on. And you don't have a hunch.
Maybe I do. But first, I want to know if you'll even accept my case.
I'm here, aren't I?
That's true, but I must know if I can trust you.
The proof of the pudding is in the eating.
I wish it was that simple.
Natasha is a mistake.
哇，这边居然还扣10。
Let's stop beating about. What exactly do you want?
哇，要一开始就5颗星，好难哦。
Natasha is a That was a remarkable.
那如果我选这个嘞，我蛮好奇，如果选这个会怎样
The place is very elegant, and so's your room.
Why, thank you.
I kind of feel like I'm in a museum.
Well, that depends on the kind of museum.
The kind with nice things.
Oh.
Suspiciously nice things. Just like you.
Do you think I'm suspicious?
We'll see about that.
Try me.
哇，这个可以加10分哎，选画的话加5分，选这个的话加10分啊。
Do you think one of your Do you have any material deep behind the What was in those threats? What about Fillmore? Is he here because of you?
Mr. Lowe helped me before, and yes, he was the first I approached.
You've managed to curb my enthusiasm a little.
Doesn't keeping 2 irons in the fire give me a better chance? But you don't have to worry. He didn't find anything. And he's not interested anymore, no matter how much I offer to pay him.
Why?
You'll have to ask him.
I think I'll do that.
哦，所以菲尔玛有帮他调查，但是实际上他好像也没有得到什么情报啊。
A dark shadow from the past, an ex-lover, a husband, maybe.
I'm surprised you asked that just now.
Well, I have my habits. Some call my methods peculiar.
What a curious way to put it.
I'm a curious kind of fellow. So,
I've never been married, and I don't really have any serious relationship before Hobart.
a more dangerous, not serious relationship, maybe?
I've never been with anyone long enough for them to hate me.
Love is just another face of hate.
So is hate a face of love, then?
I guess. Were you on the run?
No, Mr. Featherland. I came to Clawville with a clean slate, and I'd like to believe it will stay that way.
You mean as the girlfriend of Ibn Wessler, the biggest mob boss in Clawville? Yeah, good luck with that. Natasha is a mysterious
所以他们也不可能是他的那个前夫还是前男友做的。
Let's stop beating
也
about.
不会是他们前夫跟前男友吧？
What exactly do you want?
这好像很难100，我不知道他100要怎么办。不过算，我有5颗星就好。
Just one more thing, Sonny.
Natasha.
Please, come to 37 Rochester Street in Flower Town tonight. I'd like to show you something that could be of a great help in your...
I was afraid this was coming. Why there? Why not here and now?
It's something I keep hidden there. I won't take the risk of Ibn or one of his men seeing it.
Isn't Ibn too dangerous to keep secrets from?
Sonny, a woman is naked without her secrets. I knew you would understand.
Oh yeah, I understand everything. So, when do we meet? The night is almost over.
I'll be there in an hour. Don't be early, and don't be too late.
Look, Natasha, you know...
Please, this is very important to me.
Sure, I get it. I'll be there.
Thank you.
Until later, Natasha.
Goodbye, Sonny.
哦，跟自己要去他家，他直接叫他去他家，我钥匙直接把钥匙给他，算了，感觉越来越危险了，某方面的危险。
Do you have a light, Natasha?
I'm sorry. I've never smoked.
Really? That's very uncommon in your life.
It was uncommon in all my previous lines of work, too. But I promise that next time we meet, I'll bring you a box of matches.
I might take you up on that.
No trouble at all.
Do you have a light, Natasha?
没有新对话，哇，好，没有新对话
Why
要
did
是
you
很
name it
多
the Tsar Club when you took over? It was the Millions before.
Maybe you can guess my origins from my name and my accent. I come from the eastern Tsardom of Slavonia. We are quite respectful of our leaders.
You feel that's not the case here in Clawville?
Here? No. Absolutely not, Mr. Featherland. Many here don't even know the name of their king. To them, he's only the Fox King. It's quite disrespectful and rude.
There's some truth to that.
Where I'm from, we choose our leaders ourselves. And whatever they do later, we proudly stand by our decision.
So that's why the name, in respect to your country.
Don't take me for so sentimental. It's only partly the reason. We lived there until I was 14. Then we had to flee. It doesn't matter why. In the end, I was the only one who made it to Clawville. So the name isn't because of nostalgia or respect. More like a reminder.
他这个感觉有点像俄国，那个沙皇就是俄国领导人啊，他这个有点在影射俄国吧？你确定这不是在讽刺普丁吗？你确定这不是在讽刺普丁？就是他们就刚好选了，他们刚好选了那个领导人嘛，但是可能那个领导人也是变成独裁国家，所以后来娜塔莎才会逃出来这样子，大概是这种感觉吧。
So, why Deborah?
I could not seek you out in person. It was risky even to send Debbie.
It's too late now. Mr. Wessler is aware of my...
I'm sorry I got her mixed up in this. She's a lovely girl.
She looked like one.
因为奈布拉只是单纯帮他传递消息。
May I be brash?
It's New Year's Eve. Everything goes tonight.
Ibn, do you love him?
In my own way? Yes, I do.
Whatever that means.
You can't understand this, Sonny. There are women who can't actually love. Not like they're supposed to. But that doesn't mean they don't love however they can.
That's not a real answer, is it?
If you only accept yes or no, then yes, I love him.
不爱他？好，但是我以他的方式爱他，感觉有说跟没说一样。
So this message.
I'm sorry I had to upset you, Sonny. But if I didn't take that step, would we be talking here right now?
Well, probably I'd be dead drunk and counting sheepmen in my dreams.
I'm good for you, you see?
Yeah, you're a real angel. Why just me? What's wrong with my partner?
Nothing in the world. I just like to be discreet. I wanted to talk to you in private because of Molly.
Thank you for your discretion. It means a lot.
Don't mention it.
他那个茉莉到底在哪里啊？茉莉在哪里？大塔上也不知道吗？
So, who's this Olivia bird?
I know well what you're curious about. You want to know if she's sleeping with Ibn.
你要一开始就这么直接吗？直接问到最关键的地方是不是？
The thought may have crossed my mind.
You men. But guess what? Maybe she does.
You don't care?
As long as he loves me, I don't.
Well, that's your business. What do you know about her?
She's not the one threatening me. You can be sure of that. I know that was your next thought. The lovesick assistant is jealous of the boss's girlfriend and wants to flick her out of the picture. It would even stand up, but Olivia doesn't have feelings. If she let Ibn sleep with her, it's because she does what he says, nothing more.
所以也不太可能是奥利维亚嫉妒然后做出来的事，是吧？
That was so honest and raw, I'm inclined to believe it.
娜塔莎觉得也不会是奥利维亚做的。他对伊本只是奉命行事这样的。
So this is where the magic happens, right? The big transformation?
Every woman needs a little magic, and every man needs some illusion.
You're right there, Angel. So this is where the... You're right there, Angel. Light is the brother.
应该是没了，那就直接出去了。
Well?
Weren't you supposed to be waiting in the car?
I was bored to tears, Sonny. I also thought maybe something happened to you.
You thought Natasha had eaten me alive.
Well, who knows? You're such a fragile little thing.
I'm too old for this, Marty.
那个鸡肉都老了啦，不好吃啊。我一把年纪的鸡肉不嫩啊，要吃应该吃马蒂啦，马蒂的肉应该比较多。
Then next time, leave the dangerous predators to me.
I didn't mean that, Marty. I meant you.
Oh.
要吃当然吃马蒂啊，看那个肉应该很多，应该比较好吃一点。
Wessler's secretary.
Olivia Blackwig. You think she knows anything useful?
It's worth a try, Marty, but let me do the talking. She's not very fond of you.
What can I say? You know, back in the day, I flew from tree to tree. I was a free bird. Maybe I was playing her a bit.
所以以前那个马蒂跟奥利维亚交往过，然后还玩弄人家感情。马蒂真的很糟糕哎。哦，所以可以问他是吗？哦，这也可以问啊。
What a lovely kitten. Excuse me, pal. My name is Santino Featherland.
Gabriel, what do you want? Chickens.
Do you happen to know where Mr. Wessler went?
Do you take me for a fool? Get out of here while I'm in a good mood, birds.
Okay. Thanks, big boy.
好吧，好像问不出什么来哈。
What a lovely...
问不出什么来，反而被威胁。
Listen, pal. Maybe if...
Did I stutter, chicken? Get lost.
好吧，感觉问不出什么东西来。
Remember that other case? With the turtle and the rabbit fella?
Oh, gosh, Marty, where do you dig these out?
My mind is a bottomless pit, my friend. Was the rabbit a runner? And the turtle was his buddy?
His dealer, actually.
Ah, yeah, you're right. We found the rabbit near the river with a missing leg. Brutal stuff.
2 missing legs, actually. But yeah.
What happened with the turtle in the end? It's a little bit blurry.
Your bottomless pit of a mind is a dark and sad little place. The turtle thought he would run faster if he ate the legs of the rabbit.
You know what? This city's seriously fucked up.
It is, Marty.
因为是乌龟把兔子吃掉的案件哦，乌龟把兔子的腿吃掉案件，这是怎么听起来超猎
Remember
奇
that
的？
other case with the... You know, Sonny, I love Laura, and I swear I'm gonna marry her one day. But I gotta admit, that Natasha woman has turned even my head.
I wouldn't mess with Laura if I were you, pal. Wouldn't even think about it. There are few women as dangerous as her. And not just because she's a predator.
You're telling me.
Bourbon moon hangs in...
Ah, this is the life, huh?
所以其他人可以对
Creepy
话
little squirrel
没
girl.
有没有新对话。
Hey, Big Nose, where did Mr. Wessler go?
Unfortunately, I don't know, Big Face. But I wouldn't tell you even if I did. Really?
Say, did anyone ever tell you that you're an irritating piece of sh...
Anything else, dear sirs?
Have a good night, Longface.
Isn't that Fillmore standing over there?
You're right.
对啊，那好了，所以关键还是要找贝尔玛。对，我还是先把奥利维亚问完。
Oh, it's you. How can I help you, gentlemen?
Look, we really don't want to dig into your personal life, but...
But what exactly is my relationship with Mr. Wessler? And how close am I to him?
You don't beat around the bush, ma'am.
Well, actually, I remember.
I don't have time to chit-chat, Mr. Featherland. So yes, I'm not one to beat around the bush. And no, I'm not sleeping with Mr. Wessler.
Well, thanks for the quick and straight answer.
Anything else?
因为奥利维亚单纯只是他的助手而已吧，他们之间没有发生任何的暧昧关系，就单纯只是助手，但是只是他的助手帮他做事的秘书之类的。
Look, Olivia, you know, last time...
Please, Marty, there's no need.
Yes, there is. I know I wasn't a gentleman, and I know I should have called you, but I was young and...
You don't have to explain. I wasn't waiting long for your call. I forgot about it fast.
That's good to hear.
以前把第七骗人家感情，没有，我这是 PC 上的，他好像没有出在 NS 吧？这个都是Steam上的，我都趁Steam特价买的。
I'm sorry we just...
Not at all. Have a nice evening, General.
所以奥利维亚跟那个伊本没有什么特别的关系吧？但是只是他的手下，目前看来应该是这样。
Do you come here often, Olivia?
No, not really.
Well, okay. Thanks.
You're welcome. You know, Ibn's not as ferocious as you'd think. On the contrary, he's become very different recently.
I heard. Don't you find that weird? A sudden change of heart?
Sometimes an animal just has enough. Fed up and wants a change. I deeply respect that.
Well, thank you for your honesty, ma'am. What's your relationship with Miss Natasha Katsenko?
We've talked a bit, that's all.
There's no tension between you? You know, the pretty secretary.
Well, thank you for your compliment, Mr. Featherland. No, no tension. Natasha's an intelligent woman. I respect her.
Is that mutual?
That I can't tell.
If I'm not mistaken, Natasha has a weekend house in Flowerville.
Yeah, that's right.
Can you tell me anything?
I've never been there. Allegedly, it's beautiful. Elegant and luxurious. Just like Natasha herself.
所以好像能问的情报大概就这些了。所以奥利维亚跟娜塔莎之间好像也没什么特别紧张的关系吧？娜塔莎也觉得奥利维亚不构成任何威胁这样。
So, have you talked to Natasha?
In fact, yes. She was, kind of
I bet she was. You know, I've never abandoned a case before. Not voluntarily, anyway. But that woman...
You're, too old for this shit, huh?
As you say, pal.
That's exactly how I felt, too.
Before you leave, take this and examine it closely.
What is it?
The reason I've decided all of this is not worth it for me.
Wow, that sounds encouraging.
Take care of yourselves, guys. This case, maybe it goes deeper than you'd think.
Oh, that makes my feathers stand on end.
Ah, old croakers. You're safe while I'm here. Okay, I didn't say anything.
哦，你是说你开始玩那个探索发现了吗？我觉得探索发现还算简单啊，反正就是那个大概轻松玩一玩吧。所以这个是啥？一张纸片。
We stepped into it, didn't we? We stepped into.
这个完全看不懂是什么东西，不过这是刚刚那个菲尔玛给的。
Of all that's furry, what kind of a list is this?
Exactly. I have no idea, but I don't even want to find out.
Those names, all top dogs. Maybe they play cards together.
Sure, that's very likely. Anyway, I pried this list out of a dead man's hand. Somebody dropped him outside the forest, a few miles from the Wessler residence.
I should have known she was keeping secrets.
Keeping secrets? She's the secret herself.
Thanks, Filmar. This could be important.
Don't thank me. Maybe I've just signed your death warrant.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Ah, shut up, Marty.
所以他刚给的名单是啥？哇，都在这个线索里是吧？娜塔莎邀请他去他周末度假，说要给看的东西。去那个屋子不知道会发生什么事哦。给娜塔莎的威胁消息是长期。菲尔玛塞里名单上认出其中几个名字，每个都是立法是受人尊敬，也许是婚礼名册，但怀疑更不是。就是这个名册代表说这件事情跟利爪市的一些大人物有关系哦，所以他们就不想，所以那个菲尔玛就不想混这趟浑水了。对他就是因为觉得这事情越变越复杂，这事情越变越复杂，就不想再牵扯进去更深了这样子。
Take care of yourself.
You're one to talk. The truth is, Ibn's a dirty bastard, but he's likable. It must be his charisma that snared Natasha.
Maybe there's more to it than simple wild love.
Who knows? Animals commit the dirtiest of deeds for wild love.
You've got a point. We stepped into it, didn't we?
That's an understatement. All of these names
belong to the upper crust. Yeah, I know it.
It's only some sex cult, if you're lucky.
Don't even go there, Marty.
Yeah, all right.
所以这些名单上的大人物都是跟娜塔莎有关系哦，怎么听起来越诡异
？Wonderful girl. Either I'm gonna kill her or I'm beginning to like her.
That's funny. I swear I've heard that before.
To be honest, me too.
So, Natasha invited us to her weekend house.
That's either very good news or very bad news.
50%. That's not that bad.
That's an admirable attitude.
Attitude, yeah, he's got that. Most of the time, I think that's all he's got.
Hey!
Who is this woman anyway? She's like Ibn's shadow. Nobody knows anything about her.
I don't know if she has anything to do with the case, but it's worth keeping an eye on her anyway.
More women, more trouble.
You already fantasizing.
Even the sight of young women make me tired. Anyway, most people say she's the rat's lover too. But next to Natasha, I doubt he'd want her. Anyway, the pussycat would have already torn her to shreds.
Could be.
不过刚刚跟奥利维亚对话是可以发现，奥利维亚跟他是没什么特别关系啊。奥利维跟那个伊本是没什么特别关系啊。现在能去的地方就这3个，这边会有更多情报吗？
Ooh, a nice cup of coffee a la Zip, huh?
We're not here for the coffee, Marty. Zip always knows more than what he lets on. It'd be worth interrogating the old trash panda.
If he forgave us for wrecking his joint last time.
He'll never forgive us, Marty, but we helped him out of trouble so many times, he's not gonna have any choice.
I hope you're right, old bird. Everything all right, old man?
If there's something we can do for you, just say so, okay?
Well, all right.
好吧，有点不理解苍蝇人。
Is that the Kite and Blues?
I think so. It has a unique sound to it, that's...
I'd like to visit the hive again, when things lighten up a little.
Yeah, and when they welcome cops again.
Yeah, right.
对吧？不过可以看攻略找啦。如 果你觉得很麻烦，不想自己找的话，也可以看攻略找。我记得那个网络上好像有攻略吧，有攻略影片可以看，直接把那个攻略影片看一看，然后从头开始找就好了。
This quiet. You know, I understand why Zip escaped here.
It's not possible to get all the way out.
What? So, you also stay a cop, even after...
Every cop stays a cop. It burns itself into you.
That's good to know. So am I gonna stay a cop forever?
Sorry, Marty.
Well, that's that.
The Hive. City of insects. More like a ghetto.
I hope we never investigate there again.
We won't, Marty. This is our last job.
Don't say that, boss.
所以这个虫巢就是贫民窟哦，这个贫民窟刚好就在这市区。
No matter how big the city is, Marty, I feel more and more like I'm living in prison.
Hey, it's not too late to skip off, boss. You only have 121 days left, right?
120. Then, retirement.
So, what's keeping you?
I don't know. I could have left even earlier. But the city won't let me go.
You're afraid of change.
Everyone's afraid of change on a certain level. But no, that's not what I'm talking about. The city just keeps pulling me back.
Even the afterlife is better than Clawville.
Sometimes I think
you're beyond help, boss.
If you gaze into the city will gaze...
Okay.
Praise be unto you, O great neon god.
Hallowed be thy name, and thy pancakes.
Amen.
I once dreamed that his eyes were moving.
At least it was just a dream for you. I always feel like he's following me with his gaze, even now as we speak.
你们对这个招牌有什么奇怪的幻想啊？
Once this broken down old car was new and shiny.
我就觉得这游戏超多对话可以触发的。这游戏对话真有够多。
Jeez, boys. Out of 2,000 joints in the city, how'd it end up here, huh?
Hello to you too, Zip. How's it hanging?
I had no problems until now.
Ah, don't be such a drama queen. We just want to ask you a couple of questions, then we're out of here.
And we won't even trash your place this time. What do you say?
I say let's get it over with very, very quickly, chickens.
Relax, pal. We'll be as fast as a hummingbird.
I'm not your pal, and you're as far from a hummingbird as I'm from a polar bear.
Oh, come on, Zip. Don't be so hard on yourself.
哎，居然有一只鸽子来了！有只鸽子突然来了。
This is what they call...
You're croaking like some...
It's gonna be...
We need a little global insanity every few decades, Sonny. Better a fashion explosion than a real one, right?
Yeah, maybe.
对啊，不过探索发现每一关至少是那个每一关过得很快啦。如果真的错过了，就可以赶快重来的。它是每一关都过很快啊。
I wouldn't eat here if... I used to think a lot about what makes Zip's coffee so unique.
And?
I decided I didn't want to know.
I totally understand you, Sonny. We all need a little mystery in our lives.
I didn't mean that. I was afraid if I knew what was in it, I'd never want to drink it again.
Oh, I see. That's a good point.
所以不怕里面加什么奇怪的东西吗？它应该就是每一关都过很快，所以你错过了就直接重来。我就觉得如果是真的直接错过了，就直接看攻略影片，然后再找就好了。我那时候就是错过，我就看一遍攻略影片怎么走，然后就直接解完了，这样就可以第二次就解完了，不然还要重跑好几次。对。
Do you remember that time when Zip made you wash dishes all night?
Do I remember? I'll never forget it. My feathers smelled of soap for a week.
At least you've learned your lesson. Never leave home without your wallet.
Because your partner won't help you out. But hey, wasn't it you who went out to buy a pack of smokes with...
Well, that's...
Yeah, right. While you distract Zip, I'm gonna sneak in and steal his secret magic coffee recipe.
Marty, you watch too many espionage movies.
What? There's no such thing as too many, especially if it's starring Cassidy Lupus.
Marty,
Yeah?
I don't care.
我觉得这游戏最可怕的地方是它同一个物件它能触发的对话很多，就是你掉到这扇门啊，它可以触发3、4种不一样的对话。大概有，我觉得一般的游戏大概看一下这个，假如说你按这个门嘛，你按这个门，大概他们就只会说1种对话而已。但是这游戏他们会说3、4种的对话，而且还会随着时间变化这样。我就觉得这游戏制作者很喜欢让大概是很喜欢塞一些那个对话剧情吧，触发好几种干话。这个地方做的特别细啊，这个地方做的特别细，
Nothing
真的。
interesting in there.
Do you think it's fresh?
I doubt anything's fresh in here.
星星同盟啊，哦，那个应该就比较偏简单了吧。我是没玩星星同盟嘛，因为星星同盟好像评价比那个探索发现，好像跟探索发现比起来，好像没有特别好这样。
Wise word. You know what?
哦，这应该没有。
Gods, he's an even...
Well, Marty, aging is like...
What?
Yeah, sure. I can see we're not particular...
I wonder why.
So, out with it. Stop winding me up. I'm almost consumed by all this excitement.
We've just come from the Tsar Club, Zip. Who do you think we met?
If I can guess one, I'd say, was it His Majesty Hobart Ibn Wessler, the rat prime himself?
信用卡账单，因为夏特买了很多游戏是吗？
That on, pal.
What a surprise. So, what do you want to know? Just because I don't know anything.
Of course you don't. Just a couple questions.
Go on, boys. Hurry up, will you?
今天又买了2个，指定就是买游戏的游戏嘛。
What's up, Zip? Quiet night, I see. And what's Timothy doing here?
That's exactly what I asked him when he wound up here. But yeah, he's a regular nowadays. He must be sniffing some kind of story about the hive.
About the riots? Have they reached here already?
I ain't seen nothing. More cops around, yeah, as you can see for yourself.
We're not on duty, Zip.
It's still the same. A cop's a cop. A lot come by, but besides beating up bugs, nothing much happens.
It will, Zip. I can sniff it in the air.
If you say so, Sonny, your sense of smell is better than...
Maybe once.
我就觉得他们这个世界观的那个虫很像美国的黑人吧，有点像。我觉得这游戏有点像影射美国的感觉吧，就美国也是多种族的国家，然后这个利爪斯也是多种族的城市这样的，但是就会有一些种族特别低阶的人，然后就被歧视，然后被赶到贫民窟这样。我就觉得这有点在影射美国这个国家是吗？然后那昆虫族就像是黑人那样啊。 特价都让你一直剁手。
Huh? What more do you want?
Is it forbidden to stand around at your place?
Go stand around somewhere else in the city.
Look what we found, Zip.
Furry hell. Who'd you beat to death for that?
Beat to death? Who do you think we are? We simply confiscated it.
You sneaky broilers. I'll give you $50 for it.
Don't make me laugh. It's worth 3 times that.
Oh, come on. Give me a break.
Tough luck, Trash Panda.
We also ran into Filmar.
Filmar? Who's that?
A grumpy old raggedy-ass hawk. His manners are even worse than mine. Ring a bell?
You mean Marlowe?
Was Marlowe. Now he goes by Filmar Lowe.
Oh, I see. So that means he's still alive? Yeah, I'm almost not surprised. The old guy has a reputation of being indestructible, huh?
He is. And he gave us something that could mean something.
哦，重点是给他看名单吧。
Look at this, Zip.
Holy crap, what's this? The guest list at a king's birthday party?
Hey, that's not even a bad guess.
What do you make of it?
This piece of paper's from so high up where I've never been myself, boys, so don't ask me.
好吧，他也不知道，他也不知道这个名单有什么意义，就是。
We spoke to Natasha. She's scared.
Well, it's not good life insurance to be the girl of the most powerful gangster in the city.
It's not about that. Someone's been writing offensive messages to her. She feels threatened.
I only know that every second husband in the city wants to have her, and every second wife wants to wring her neck because of that. Nothing else.
Thanks, Zip, but we're not any further ahead.
But not further back, right?
哦，所以星星同盟好玩的反而是破关后的部分是吗？那本片就还好啊，我是没玩星星同盟啊。
Damn it, what's the scribbler doing here?
Sniffing some juicy story?
I think I still owe him a great big left hook.
What did he do this time?
Oh, nothing. Just since I first met him, I wanted to punch him in the face.
I can understand that.
这来这边应该重点是跟他讲话吧？所以这个鸽子是谁啊？这是鸽子还是海鸥？这是鸽子，这是海鸥是吗？
We don't have to talk to him.
Impossible to avoid, Marty. Not if he hasn't gone blind or deaf since we last... Hello, Timothy. Scribblers don't celebrate New Year's.
Hello, boys. What a pleasure to see you. Answering your question, no, not really. Not me, anyway.
And where's the story now? I can't see it anywhere.
It just stepped through the door, pal.
Oh, you mean us? Well, I think I'll have to disappoint you.
The chicken police are back together? I can't let that go without an ink stain, am I right?
所以蒂莫西应该是记者吧？然后刚好是他们最讨厌那一种。
No, Timmy, you can. We're not working. We're just having a little fun, that's all.
I'm not buying that, boys.
You'll have to, Tim.
We'll see about that.
Is that rag you work for still around, Tim?
You mean the most read and highest-ranking newspaper of the city, the Clawville Chronicle?
Oh, yeah, that's what it's called.
I see that you still have your famous sense of humor, Sonny.
Yeah, I do.
So, how about you tell me what you're really doing?
Not a chance, Timbo. The truth is, we're already late.
Sorry, pal. Maybe next time.
所以他也没有什么情报啊。
Not a chance, Tim.
来这边只是收集到他的个人讯息而已。
Huh? What more do you want?
所以这边好像也没有什么新的情报啊。所以警察局会有新的。
I don't know, Sonny. What exactly are we doing here?
Let's hope we can learn something about Natasha and Ibn by sniffing around before we visit that weekend house in Flowerville.
Learn something? From Phyllis and Roy's?
Well, I wasn't exactly thinking about...
Yeah, figures.
How's it going tonight, boy?
Uneventful so far, Sonny. But now that you're rolling together again, I suppose we'll have some excitement to look forward to.
What do you mean?
Are you kidding? Last time you shot up a theater, and if I remember correctly,
That was a, complicated evening.
Aye, sure. Complicated.
那我比较好奇的是他们以前为什么会闹翻了？我比较好奇的是这件事情啊。
Do you want to hear some juicy gossip, boys?
Always.
Deputy Malloy got so drunk, he fell asleep on the toilet.
Stupid oaf. So that's why Blood Boil was here.
Yeah, aye, and he's in a pretty sore mood because he had to come in on New Year.
Just our...
No. Your luck is that he's too busy to care about you two lovers right now.
Right now.
Ah, yeah.
这对基友，基友，官方认证基友。
Well, keep up the good...
Or this...
Thanks, chickens.
Are those two gonna stand out here all night long?
I don't know, but I wouldn't put it past them. They're operating by some incomprehensible logic, at least for simple birds like us.
I wish we had the smarts to understand.
Maybe one day, Marty. Maybe one day.
为什么还站在外面，而且都已经没下雨了，为什么要穿雨衣啊 ？Why？ 超级莫名其妙。
Do you remember our old...
That ended up in a swamp? Huh. I could never get over that. It was the best partner I ever...
That's, good to know, boss.
Truth hurts, pal.
Never mind. I'll live with it. What was its name? The old car, I mean. Bessie? Nessa?
Tessa. You know, like my daughter.
I knew your daughter's Tessa, but... Wait. Did you name your daughter after our old car?
Why? What's wrong with that?
塞，我突然觉得他女儿有点可怜。为什么他女儿的名字要跟车一样啊？
Even this car reminds me of Tessa.
为什么你要把你的女儿取名叫警车的名字啊？
That wasn't us, right?
Not that one, Marty.
Honestly, sometimes I find it difficult to keep track of all the places we wrecked during our 10 years together.
Just 9, Marty. 9. Have you ever fired a Tommy gun, Marty?
You mean today?
You're right. Stupid question.
所以这两个人就是以前专门惹麻烦是吧？然后到处搞破
Why
坏。
aren't we on this poster next to Blood Boil?
Because he hates us, Marty.
Oh, yeah, right.
You would have looked kind of great on that poster.
Hey, thanks.
警察局会有什么消
Honor,
息吗？
strength, and you.
Pigs, ruffians, and vigilantes.
哎，所以那个局长已经走了。对，局长已经走了。
Good old Bosco's slowly becoming the same piece of...
Sure. You remember when he was just a little green lapdog? For a while, we even had to babysit him.
He always was a talented little pooch, I have to admit. But the filth that seeped into everything in Clawville has reached him, too.
It reaches everyone one way or another, right?
One way or another, it does, Marty.
所以那个博斯科算是他们的那个后辈哦。这样讲的话，博斯科还算是他们后辈哦。虽然样子看起来比他们老啊，样子看起来比他们老哎。那个。
Hey, big guy.
Hey, Cox. What's up? Back here so soon? Did you get nostalgic all of a sudden, Sonny?
I'd rather be anywhere else than here, Bosco, but we're sniffing around on a case.
Who? Are you trespassing?
Who? Us? What are you thinking?
No, just an old case. Still open. Not official, but not active either. We're not bothering anyone. You know, old habits die hard.
哦，所以靠 DLC 来挽回评价是吗？因为我一开始也听觉，因为一开始大家普遍对星星同盟的评价没有特别好啊，所以后来就靠 DLC 补好，靠 DLC 补关卡跟评价是吧？
I know. I'm just messing with you. So, how can I help you?
The boss?
He's not in a good mood. Malloy got so drunk he pissed himself.
And we just put the cherry on top, huh?
Mostly you, Sonny. No offense.
None taken. I'm used to it. Everything rolls right off my feathers.
就是哦，我们这个游戏评价不太好怎么办？就赶快更新 DLC，然后把那个评价补回去的感觉是吗？
Don't go stirring up a shitstorm.
We'll do what we can, boss. You still remember Philmar?
Do you mean Philip? Of course I remember. He's got quite the reputation with that Philmar alien.
We just met him. Small world, huh? Do you know what he's up to these days?
Yeah, as far as I know, he's investigating petty blackmail cases and sneaking after poor bastards cheating on their wives.
Anything else? Did he get mixed up in something?
Yeah, I don't know about that. We haven't seen him at the PD for a while. He's usually a frequent visitor. Why? Did he run into some fishy business again?
Possible, Bosco. But I'm not sure he'd want to make the same mistake.
Wise decision.
比放烂好，要想办法把评价挽回是吧？这样子有点像亡羊补牢的概念吧。
Listen, Bosco, what do you make of this list?
Maybe it's the guest list of some fancy ball. These are some rather influential names, the ones I recognize anyway. Movie stars, politicians, a few names from the Council of 12 even, if I'm not mistaken.
You're not.
Are you blackmailing them? Because if you are, I'll gladly accept a nice big juicy bone in exchange for my silence.
Stop screwing around, Bosco. It has nothing to do with our case.
那个压根就不想改吧？那一款压根就不会改啊！而且游戏还是可以一直出这样子。虽然出个重置版，我实在有点不知道为啥意义不明啊！出个1代重置版超级意义不明的，我觉得。
Which is what?
We're still not gonna tell you.
Listen, Bosco, what have you heard about that singer, Natasha Katsenko?
You mean that little bimbo fooling around with Ibn Wessler? They say she's the jackpot. but I've never been into cats, you know.
You could...
Don't misunderstand me. I don't have a problem with cats at all. I'm simply allergic to them. I can't stand being around them. I don't even take cases with cats.
是因为狗所以不喜欢猫是不是？把艾莉改老。反正我是不会玩了，反正那款我是不会玩，反正跟我没关系，就完全不想玩这样子。哦，所以那个探索发现的那个 BOSS 有出现在那个星星同盟哦，果然是那个回收再利用嘛，不就是回收再利用的概念吗？把以前的 BOSS 拿来再换到西游戏里面这样子。
Good for you. I should have used that excuse myself.
Why? Is your investigation related to her?
What? No, of course not. We just came from her show. That's why.
And what's she like?
Well, I guess your cat allergy would go away for the rest of your life if you met her.
Really? Maybe I'll have a go and see for myself one day.
我不知道是不是因为有出在 PS5上啊，我是不知道。可是说真的，你都可以玩更便宜的原版了，何不如玩原版嘞？我实在不知道重置版的画质到底是可以提高到多少啊？还是重置版的画质可以提高到那个什么2K， 然后是怎样的，然后什么画面更漂亮之类的？不然我不知道，实在不知道玩重置版的那个价值到底在哪里，我个人是搞不懂。
Don't go stirring up a shitstorm, okay? We're gonna have enough on our plates tonight.
We'll do what we can, Bosco.
Nice words. Nice promise.
Nice bullshit. Why is it always a lion? Lions are lazy, dull, good-for-nothing creatures.
Hey, stop talking like that. It's just...
Why? Aren't I right?
Not every lion's the same. Just like not every rooster's an asshole like...
You got me.
Sometimes I think everything would be so much better if cops didn't have guns.
That's almost surreal coming from you, Marty.
Don't get me wrong, I love guns. I became a cop because of guns. But sometimes I feel if we didn't have guns, criminals wouldn't have them either.
The chicken or the egg, huh? Unfortunately, I don't agree with you. If you point flowers instead of a gun at a total nutcase, he's still gonna shoot you.
我就不知道为什么会有人想玩啊！我真不知道为什么会有人想买来玩啊！剧情就是那样子，我觉得再改也没什么用啊。然后画面你要提高到什么地方去？那个画面就是长那样啦。那玩的价值到底在哪里啊？我也不懂。我觉得只有老游戏才比较有重置的价值吧。
Blood boils in there, and I don't want to run into him.
I wholeheartedly agree, partner. Let's avoid the whole office section as Officer Barkman, unwavering cop, and a slut. Miss Jardine, one of the 7 female officers of the... Don't drink that shit, Marty.
Sonny, you are bad for my...
I can't even remember.
对，这边也没什么重要情报，这边还可以问一下莫妮卡。
Do you remember Monica ever going on holiday?
Honestly, I can't recall.
Sometimes I can't decide if it's admirable or if I feel sorry for her.
Maybe a bit of both. But is it selfish to say I'd be hurt if one day I didn't find her here?
Yeah, I feel the same.
That's all right then.
这个可能就要问史克威尔。可能 FF7 比较有名吧，所以他们就先重置 FF7，然后顺便再重置一下 FF7 的前传，然后再把剧情改成好像跟以前完全不一样。我也不知道这样会不会比较好，反正我暂时应该不会买。啊。可是觉得把剧情改得跟以前不一样，这一点让人觉得会，让人觉得应该就让人会犹豫吧。我觉得是我啦，我一定会犹豫。把剧情改得不一样，这点我就会犹豫了。
So soon? That was fast. Almost a record.
Sorry, Mon. We're just here for a little info.
就是因为怕前传就配合本传的那个跟动去变啊。但是说真的，你前传跟着变的话，你整个剧情的那个内容就要大改，然后你又不知道你会改成什么样子，不如就等那个其他人到底 其他的玩完之后到底会变成什么样子好了。我也是完全不想冲首发，真的很怕它剧情改成奇怪样子。
When are you not here for that, boys? How about wish me a happy birthday for a change?
What? Is it your birthday today?
Of course not. Don't be silly, Marty. You know exactly when it is. We've talked.
Yeah, of course I know.
Yeah.
So, could you help us with this and that?
Of course, boys, but be quick about it. I'm in over my head with paperwork and blood boils breathing down my neck.
We'll be quick like a hurricane.
那就如果你本传剧情没改的，前传剧情要改的话，又会有很多矛盾之类的，就不知道会改成什么样子，就会变得很奇怪啊！我觉得，因为那个剧情就是一个重点，但是就不知道会变成什么样子。对，比较喜欢莫妮卡是吗？
You're very lucky, boys. You just missed the boss by 3 minutes. Right now, he's trying to get Malloy out of the toilet.
Still can't hold his liquor, huh?
Neither on or off duty. But today, he is sloshed.
Well, he's a water buffalo, isn't he? He knows how to swim.
No, Sonny, just a buffalo. The two are totally different things.
破坏剑甲，哎，一把剑有2把，伸出第二的自动，或者是第2把破坏剑，说不定那个破坏剑还是从平行世界来的之类的。那个王国之心就搞过平行世界啊，那我们可以再来一次平行世界吧？有没有平行世界大宇宙之类的
Guess who we met today in person, Mon?
King Hector III?
Even better, the one who commands the king.
Wait a minute. Hobart Wessler?
Damn right. Hobart Ibn Wessler in the flesh.
Wow. And you're still alive. That's quite an accomplishment.
But seriously, have you heard that he wants to get out of the black market business? Allegedly, he's trying to clear his name with some kind of new meat substitute.
His name's gonna be rather difficult to clear.
It's a heroic and impossible venture.
I haven't heard about it, but it's an interesting addition to what I know.
Which is?
Evan's been acting very strange lately, and he left most of his business dealings to one of his goons, Mickey. Also known as the Butcher, the Mongrel, and the Slayer.
怎么听起来有点可怕？这个米克怎么听起来超可怕的？好像比他那个老大还可怕。就通常改剧情的话，除非你可以写的比原本好啦，不然通常有很大的几率会翻车，有没有？而且说真的，因为那个3部曲没做完嘛，重点是因为3部曲没做完，它刚好在一个剧情还没结束的断点，然后你就不知道它后面剧情会变成什么样子了。这个大概也是一个会让人观望的一个点吧。
Yeah, we once had the pleasure of meeting him.
That's all I know, boys. I know it's not very much, but it's something, I guess.
Thanks, Mon. Listen, Mon, a reliable old friend shoved this into my hand. Could you take a quick glance at it?
Quite an imposing list. What could those numbers mean? It could be a date even, but no, this is something else.
That's what we were thinking too, and we got nowhere. But you see a lot of documents. So, is there anything familiar about this?
Unfortunately not, boys. The names are imposing indeed, but based on this, it could be almost anything. The richest of the rich get together on all kinds of excuses.
It must be a secret cult.
It could be, of course, but also anything else. I'm sorry I couldn't help you more.
Ah, don't mention it, Mon. Thanks for your time.
Or, wait a minute. There is something.
怎么莫妮卡知道的还比其他人多啊？超神奇的！就问奇普，他什么都不知道，但是莫妮卡好像知道的还比奇普多哎。她不只是个柜台小姐而已吗？对啊，就刚好米德家就刚好花掉1部曲的时间嘛。然后米德家的很多剧情其实也不太像是剧情重点这样。对，米德家有些剧情不太像是剧情重点，但是他还是花很多时间去演出来，然后剩下的剧情要全部塞在2部曲。我觉得会很赶，重点是我觉得会很赶吧。
Stop teasing us, Mon.
I'm sure you've noticed that all the names in the list are men, right?
Yeah, of course we noticed.
Thanks for the observation, Monica.
Don't mention it. I'm just a receptionist.
全部都是男的哦，这该不会是那个娜塔莎的后宫名单吧？全部都是她的后宫就对了。
We saw a pretty good show at the Tsar Club tonight.
组织老大其实是元太，所以这一切幕后黑手就是莫妮卡，她才是掌控这个城市的那个背后老大是吧？越不起眼的是越可怕的东西，越可怕的 BOSS 啊。
Good for you, I guess. Natasha?
Natasha. She performed a new song. She also sang about why she called us there. Or rather, me.
And?
That's confidential, Dollface. Anyway, I can't help wondering about that woman. Her past is a mystery, and I couldn't draw much out of her in person either.
Women like her always have something to hide, Sonny. I think that's exactly what makes men fall head over heels for them.
可是我觉得，那个黑组织老大黑组织老大，我可能觉得等那个钱还没赚够之前，应该都不会揭开吧。我都不知道柯南到底主线演到哪。柯南有在演主线的吗？我只知道他还是出一大堆电影版跟那个动画，然后赚烂了啦。但是他的主线有在跑吗？这个我就不知道了。
I know another broad who's all mysterious.
Oh yeah? What's her name? I'll look her up if we have a file on her.
Marty, shut up.
Oh, you mean me?
All mysterious, full of secrets, and grace.
I didn't even hear that, Marty.
Do we have a file on a woman called Olivia Blackwig? She's currently working as Ibn Wessler's assistant.
We don't have a file on her, but there are a few Blackwigs that could be related to her. Mountain goat, crow, or caiman?
Crow, around 30 to 35. A very pretty socialite.
哦，所以已经有暗示那个老大是谁了，但是还是不知道。我是觉得可能要等那个。他可能要等他们 IP 用这个 IP 赚够钱了之后才会想揭晓吧，不然的话，我是觉得他们电影版都出一大堆了，然后出个继续出继续卖，然后你永远都不知道到底它的主线中结局是什么，反正就是可以一直出一直卖的一个 IP 就对了。
Maybe we have a catch then. Theodore Blackwig was a rather influential banker until he went bankrupt. He died a few years back, but his daughter could have ended up in the same social circles as Ibn.
And since they lost their money, she took a job as his assistant.
直接拍一个全新的角色，反正其实我觉得大家应该不太在意他的那个主线在演什么吧。就是我觉得这个柯南这个 IP 已经变成一个很神奇的东西了，反正大家好像可能不太在意那个他的那个主线演什么，反正他们都是一直演那个单元剧啊，或者是一直出电影版啊，就赚烂了，有没有？可能大家都不太在意那个主线之后会演什么，就对了。
Yeah, it would fit the picture. But it's a big city, Sonny. There may be...
Thanks, Mon.
I'm glad I could help, boys, as always. If it doesn't take a lot of my time, that is.
We know. We're not even here anymore.
哇，结果莫妮卡拿到的情报比较多哎，其他人都一点都没录用，结果莫妮卡的情报比较多嘞，对。3选1，结果大家都真的比较在意，到底柯南会跟谁在一起，然后那个党派斗争。主线的那个 BOSS 是谁？还有那个柯南会不会变成原本的身体？我觉得大家其实都不在意，对，因为那个已经变成不是重点了。不过我是已经没有看那个漫画了，对，我已经没有看他那个我已经没有看漫画了。它就是也是变成一个非常非常长的系列，甚至已经开始出一大堆周边故事，但是主线完全没在跑的一个东西了吧？反正就算他主线没在演，他也是赚烂的一个概念。他只要一直出周边故事，一直出电影版就赚烂了。
Well, if there's one thing I'd learned during 20 years of detective work, it's that if someone wants to meet you at a remote location at night, you should bring an army for backup. One time, me and Marty were stupid enough to underestimate a situation like that, and we never really recovered. And yet, here we were again, about to step alone into something hauntingly familiar. Only one tactic remained, as the old dogs say. Balls to the wall.
会员跟元太在一起。
This place gives me the creeps.
不过 我是觉得他们小学生就可以搞多角恋，我也觉得超神奇啊！你们小学生小年纪就可以搞多角恋哦，你们长大一点再说好不好
I wouldn't say I like it either.
Let's take a look around before we go inside.
Textbook.
I'm telling you,
更没
it's a
希望
trap.
啊！
Shut up, Marty.
感觉好像有点哑掰，感觉进去会看到刺激的东西之类的。
So, this is the word. What can I say? The message is loud and clear.
感觉进去就马上看到尸体。
Yeah, what matters is who is it for and what does it mean?
I can't misunderstand that if I wanted to.
We'll see.
Wait a second, did that bimbo put a spell on you? As you used to say, don't let it cloud your objective judgment, Boss Bird.
我已经打完了。我周末的时候就已经打完了。那个游戏我大概其实那个 DLC 打完大概只要6小时吧，我是花了6小时就玩完了啦，因为它 BOSS 其实也没有很多。那后面那个他后面那个最终 BOSS， 我就觉得没有比骰子王难打。我个人觉得他最终 BOSS 没有比骰子王难打，骰子王比较难打。
Watch who you're talking to, boy.
You wrote that down?
It burned into my mind.
重点是这个鞋子吧？这个鞋子好像是某个人的。
Chicken police, hands up.
有枪，先把枪带出来再说。
Marty, that's enough.
不把枪带来吗
？Chicken police,
Marty, that.
不带枪哦，好吧，你们不带枪不怕有危险哦。
Damn.
It's not a good sign.
Maybe she just lost it when she hurried into the house.
Yeah, right.
Do you think it belongs to Natasha?
No idea. Do you think I measured her feet when I was in her room?
Not sure I want to know, but I wouldn't be surprised.
是吗？我打一只 BOSS， 大概我打最终 BOSS 大概1小时左右啦。对，我打最终 BOSS 大概花了1小时吧。我有些 BOSS 打比较久，我是花了快1小时。对，不过因为他这只 BOSS 比较少，所以我是大概6小时左右就打完了。然后他还有一个隐藏 BOSS， 对，那个 DLC 还有一个隐藏 BOSS 之类的。那个我也是打完了啦。然后我就有把影片放在我的那个 YouTube 里，就这样。他那个隐藏 BOSS， 他有一些那个解锁条件需要去触发啦，那个条件有点比较麻烦这样子。
Should we take it?
Hell no. I'll buy you one if you want. This is police business.
Do you mean the real cops?
I'm almost certain. My crest is tingling.
Damn it. Well, thank God I have a weapon on me, or two.
When do you not have one?
Fair point.
所以我要进去了吗？我要先进去看看了吗？
Marty, before we enter, did you bring Big Bertha?
Of course. She's in the trunk.
It's time to get Her Majesty out.
That's what I like to hear.
感觉差不多要带大家伙出来了。
Let's go.
Hello, my beauty.
Just don't point it at me.
Aw, scared? Take it easy. I swore I'm not gonna shoot you again.
Very gallant of you, partner.
What, are you still pissed at me? I'm happy to remind you why you got shot the first time.
I get it. Just shut the fuck up already.
你们不带其他东西吗？只带枪带枪进去。那马蒂是专门负责开枪的是吧？对，我是在实况的时候打的啦。就我大概实况的时候，一只 BOSS 大概1小时左右吧。然后因为BOSS 不多，所以有些 BOSS 打比较快。他那个城堡 BOSS 都打比较快啊。
It's the nothing.
What was that?
Forget it. Just an old quote from a movie. It means it's fucking dark in here.
Flashlight.
I didn't bring one.
Me neither. What a pair of fucking professionals.
Yep.
But you do have a shotgun with you.
We should have shotguns for this kind of deal.
Is that from an old movie?
No, it's an original.
Figures.
好，带shotgun进去。哇塞，就是不是娜塔莎，但是有一个奇怪的女人尸体。
She was lying on the floor as if she was sleeping.
哦，是黛波拉。
She looked peaceful, almost. The large pool of blood ruined the picture. Poor, delicate Deborah. Maybe you were too pure and innocent for this city. But in the end, Its filth pulled you under. You know, no animal can swim in high heels.
Wild gods. Fuck even.
Yeah, it's her. Deborah. The girl who came to my office.
I figured, but what the hell happened? Was it Natasha? Is this what you wanted us to see?
No. I mean, I don't think so, Marty. She seemed very attached to the girl, and I believed her. Furthermore, she has no motive to kill her. Natasha meant some object. Something maybe the killer wanted, too. And the poor girl was trying to protect it.
Did she seem that kind of girl?
She risked a lot simply by coming to see me. She would have done it for her mistress.
Why is she naked? Was it sexual? I mean, there's no sign of struggle. She seems untouched. Maybe she knew her assailant. Was it a lover?
This looks premeditated. So far, the messages have appeared in weird places, but this is a new level. It's no longer just about empty threats.
Well, maybe Natasha's on her way here right now. Or she was already here and something happened to her, too.
Those are possibilities, but we can't wait. We don't have time for guessing. Search the house. Search everything. The room's not trashed. Whoever did this wasn't looking for the same thing we are.
Or they knew exactly where to find it. Wait, what are we looking for exactly?
I have no idea, but it's something important. Things like that have a way of getting noticed when you...
Amen to that.
哇，所以那个娜塔莎全身被剥光，然后死在那个地板上。不是，是那个黛波拉，那个黛波拉有够惨。刚出场没多久，然后前面出场个一下下，然后后面马上变尸体了，好惨。不过这个表示，既然这个案件已经开始有死人了，这个就表示事情闹大了，总算有点比较刺激的东西了，是吗？对。午餐肉，你是说那个牛仔香肠吗？重点是我觉得他那个。重点是我觉得那个牛仔香肠牛仔，他那个最后一阶段的实在是有点搞人啊！他那个最后一阶段那个香肠攻击真是超级搞人的。对啊，我还是今天就刚好玩到这好了。对，刚好终于进入比较重点的部分了，已经开始出现尸体了。对，像这种游戏一定要出现1-2个尸体才比较有趣一点。然后结果这次尸体就是非常衰的那个。对，就是出场没多久黛波拉是挺可怜的，而且是裸尸这也太可怜了吧！对，好了，今天谢谢大家，我后天继续啊，我大概下周末就可以把这游戏玩完，然后直接去接那个梦境档案2。对啊，那就今天就谢谢大家，对啊，谢谢大家，拜拜。